B site.
Yeah, taking a look at the minimap, I mean, it's going to be a full B push here, it would seem, from the attacker. Slide forward.
Loving the aggression already.
All right, well, Dizzy over the top. So some blinds, but, I mean, as the defenders here, still don't have a spike.
Oh, you missed him. Little wingman did the little jump across that skill jump you were talking about.
Oh, he did?
Planting the bomb backside.
The wingman can jump over the gaps.
Yes, that is correct.
Well, that is incredible.
It is absolutely adorable.
Now just 2 players left. How do you think this map fares so far? Does it seem fairly balanced in your playtest as far as like attacking and defending side?
Very good question. From what we've seen, it is ever so slightly different look like on different natural elements. So you see the rocks in the distance that you mentioned, and then also this tree. Oh, a little play in mid here. And we're seeing a little bit of vents as well. So this leads you right into A heaven.
Okay, so breakable door, breakable vent to just be able to cut across and get yourself over to that A site from
Exactly. Yeah, so mid control is incredibly important on this map. Gives you a lot of leverage.
And you saw the Jet held their spacebar to drift towards that rope. Is that necessary on that jump, or can you just make that?
You can make it as long as you press F.
Okay, got it.
If you don't, it's GG. Wow, clean.
And you have the, let's say you have the spike, and you fall off the map.
Oh, so that's a really good question.
Yeah,
so,
come on now. Yeah, well, you play Raze with an op, and you don't use your satchels, so.
Another B-side hit.
We're not getting
Ooh, the satchel.
Yeah, I think we're starting to see why that, you know, that mobility is so very important, but this is a great shutdown here from the side of Team China.
So fun fact, this B main ramp that you saw, the smoke, so you see him on top of that box in A main, so this is a really good way to look over that smoke.
Oh, watch this.
And here he goes with the TP on the bridge into the smoke.
Okay.
This is exactly what we wanted to see.
Oh, the timing on the Dizzy, looking great.
Fantastic execute. Site, they're holding all of these random angles, these off angles as well. So you really want to throw them off with the abilities, the utility, and all the bodies.
So obviously we see that there with the ult from other squads in the past. I'm curious to see how that's all going to look.
Oh, here we go. Respect for the play.
Mixwell, he pulled it off the opposite time. He sees it coming.
Actually, no, he tried doing that again. Pro tip for players trying this map. If you're Omen, the trick is to actually aim above where you want to TP and not try to get it exactly where you want to go. It makes doing that play a lot easier.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
There you go. A word from the wise. Okay, we're seeing this neon on display now. Sliding all over the place. I'm just curious what the balance is going to look like between high mobility, but also, you know, a collection of agents, a team that is going to be able to just go for really nice set executes. And I think that something like Neon Jet, Neon Yoru, with the wait for spike to detonate, does it all play out exactly the same if you just go into one of the drops?
That's a good question. I think for ecos, we actually do see a lot of like mid fights. If you like 5-man hit it, typically you'll only have one defender there to keep it safe, and you get a lot of map control by doing that. So you're getting right into their spawns, into their areas that they're sitting in and catching them off guard. We're seeing a lot of snipers in general. So
there's a lot of opportunities to take an ego and kind of turn it around on you.
About how they're using these abilities. We're adding this extra dimension of gameplay, this extra consideration they have to make with every execute, every play. Here he goes!
Yes!
We did it!
We got it! We got the shot!
We got it!
Slicky in shambles! What a wingman driving!
And honestly, this plant backside is pretty strong when you play in B main, forcing your opponents to jump across the skill jump here. It's a very easy way to catch them off guard.
Wow. Well, Mixwell not getting caught by the Thrash, but does get a nice headshot there from Dun King, so let's see if they're going to be able to get this. 2v2 for the retake.
Oh, they got the wingman.
Yeah, he's on it. Oh, cleared off. Bold swing. Seems like International going to be getting themselves
like I mentioned.
Yeah. What are some other mechanics that players could potentially kind of use by faking going off the map, or, you know, trying to...
Very true. Oh, no. He's gone dead again. I don't think that can be frustration at the map, just frustration at your not pressing the space bar. But
yeah, that's user error right there.
Able to trade one back. Okay, we got him again.
Oh, I love the way that.
Yeah, so using the Dizzy to cross there is really smart, because typically a defender will be holding you on that jump.
They're able to clear it out, though, so now that this is starting to get away from them.
Last player standing.
It's all on Mixwell. Call it with pull apart. Do they just go to the side?
Excited for this one.
Spotted. I mean, they're just going to wide swing him, so he's got to backpedal. They haven't taken a sight yet.
The blind.
Oh. Okay, looks like they're holding it down.
This is kind of back to that experimentation of seeing if we can add that layer to really excite players. But yeah, see the future.
We're trying to collaborate more, so we have a lot of Easter eggs on the maps of current stuff and future stuff. So keep your eyes peeled. I don't want to say any more than that.
Yeah, I was gonna say we won't press you to point out anything here. I'm sure that people, as soon as they get their hands on this, are gonna be scouring
it'll be quick.
every nook and cranny.
Yeah, wink, wink. Like they showed it in the cinematic, but like we see a lot of shots of like defenders holding the top of mid. We actually have like for the first time like a lot of our premium weapon skins like in the map showcased. Part of that lore, part of that story, that is probably some of the funnest stuff that we got to collaborate on because it adds so much and kind of unifies like that Valorant universe.
Yeah, so the idea is like the Scions of Hourglass are keeping these artifacts away from the world. And then our agents...
This was actually really fun, when we released Sunset last year, it was really heavily influenced by like Los Angeles. Wow. This one, we got to do a lot of stuff on our own.
I don't think I've ever seen aggression like this into B main.
I mean, you mentioned, talking about Sunset, yeah, that influence is there. I'm curious about the influence for this map. Was there anywhere regionally that came to mind when you were designing this?
Yeah, actually, this was like a really big challenge, right? Like, we had to intentionally make a map that it was very clear, like, what is the gameplay, and like, this map at one point had like even more extreme verticality. It had things like jump pads and crash pads, so you can go like very long distances.
Oh, okay.
And we even had like harder trick jumps. We had platforms that were like half a meter,
tiny,
very tiny. But again, lots of play testing, lots of making sure that it still hits those key beats for like the design principles for map. And again, super excited to see how players react.
And to clarify, the crash pads would actually help you not take any fall damage. So we had like these jump pads, you could go super, super high, and if you fell down, you'd take no damage at all. But in the end, we wanted this to align a bit more with our core maps instead, and then...
Oh, no!
And then hopefully not be too punishing, yes.
One of the things that I like that we have seen more times than I expected
way more.
Is kind of just like, where you hit the, where you actually hit the depth when you're falling off the side of the map, what that limit is. So it seems like you have a decent amount of time to try to react. Like if you're playing Jet, something like that, you actually slip off the side of the map to be able to get that updraft off. It's not like you just are instantly dead.
It's about 3 to 4 seconds, right? We don't want to make it, we don't want to belabor the point. Like once you fall off, if you don't have any movement utility, you'll die within 3 to 4 seconds.
Right.
Well, 1v1 here.
They didn't take damage from their own shock dart.
I'm loving this. I'm a Neon main, so I love the Neon action on the show match.
Well, speaking of the Neon, it's like China. They're gonna bring this back. Just maybe one round separating.
This angle is so powerful.
It's not quite connecting the spray. Vandal moment.
And then most of the boxes on both bomb sites are pennable. So that should bring some interesting gameplay.
Are there any other walls to look out, maybe around mid or anything like that that might be pennable that players should consider?
Not that we know of.
Not that you know of.
Usually our players discover those ones.
Yeah.
I will
we try our best.
Yeah, if there's time after the match, I would love to show you some really cool one-ways that our lead designer, Jerry Steamer, showed us.
Yes.
Obviously some of the boxes you're talking about is noted, but now way is cleared. Another run it back to try to open up the site even more. It's flashed up. This is looking like this is going to end up going Team China's way. 5 players alive.
They trade so well.
Spike planted.
The comms, home team advantage.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Fair point. Let's see if they can do anything to try to run this back. But money-wise, not looking great here for International.
But from what I've heard, Deadlock is incredibly strong on this one, actually.
Really?
Oh.
Yes, that wall can hold down a lot of space.
But yeah, plus one to Cypher though too, especially if you're worried about Neon on the other team. Like having those trips in like key locations can, no pun intended, really trip her up.
Oh yeah, of course. If it's near a jump and you're trying to get over there,
And like I mentioned, getting that early information in mid, we've actually been seeing a lot of people dropping that Cypher cam to try and see what's going on in there.
Makes sense.
Are there Cypher?
Real close here.
contest at another time, but Team China in front of the home crowd, able to pick up the victory here over Team International.